Hello class, welcome IN221. We're covering Unit 6 this week. What is system administration? Of course, I'm here on the main grade Brightspace page. So as we get started, you know that you'll be looking into the announcements every week. And of course, I have this one for you that I will add after the recording has been made. Let's get started. Going over to the main announcement that I've created for you guys. And of course, as usual, it sums up what we have for this week. What is system administration? What you will complete this week, discussion board and seminar. The reading resources and resources that you have of the 3, Introduction to System Administration, IT Infrastructure Services, Course Intro. And then what is administration? Systems administration tasks, applying changes. You have 3 supplemental readings in Quick Labs as well. The KVM switch, systems administration tasks, recording your actions. Navigate to Quick Labs and complete the following practice quizzes. What is system administration and system administration tasks? And then of course you have a graded assessment of the graded quiz itself. What is system administration? You do have a journal assignment this week, and that will be covering, basically explaining the best practices for choosing hardware vendors and services for your organization. And this information, I believe, can be found in Unit 4. I do have my information here that you can text or email me anytime. Best way to get to me is between 5 and 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Monday through Friday. Let's get to your overview and outcomes for Unit 6. Basically, in this unit, you're going to learn the basics of system administration, okay, and that includes IT infrastructure services, user and hardware provisioning, routine maintenance, troubleshooting, and managing potential issues. And you're going to examine network and infrastructure services. You'll explore IT infrastructure services, basically, and what their role is in system administration. It's a big one. I had watched the videos this weekend as well, and it's funny because I ended up using it with my son, explaining it to him about what he had an issue with his hard drive and his system, telling him how he could find out certain things through the system administration that you learn in this area that you're going to be going over through the operating system, and how you're going to find that in Windows 10 or whatever system that you're working in, Windows or Linux. So that's good. By the end of this week, you should be able to explain the roles and responsibilities of a system administrator. Your reading and resources this week, of course, are as shown and listed. Basically, your videos that you'll be watching. And in between those, you will have, of course, supplemental reading that goes with that. They are short, but very interesting when you get through them and start to understand the whole thing about it too. And they do cover a lot of things about policies, services, and routine maintenance, things like that. Your learning activities, Quick Labs practices, of course the quizzes, what is the system administration tasks. And then your discussion for this week will be in Unit 6 is system administration duties. Now, basically what it is you're going to take some time, research and explore the world of system administrators. What is an administrator? What are the responsibilities of a system administrator? Choosing hardware, selecting vendors, providing special services for the company. Is this a role you would be interested in? Why or why not? Now, a system administrator is really important when it comes to the specific duties of what they're going to do. When I worked in the career college that I worked at, we had one IT guy, okay? He was network, he was system administrator, he was the fixer, anything like that would help. And I had long conversations with him since I had a company myself owning, creating computers. And I would help on the nights that he wasn't there. I would help the students since we had night classes as well too. Now, he did these things as you're going to cover in here. Choosing the hardware, it was him and I to choose the hardware because I worked as the business manager. So between us, we chose the hardware that was going to be used, the computers, the laptops that they were given. Selecting vendors was not in his scope as far as the system administrator, but that can happen between the administrator and the business manager, because part of that has to be done by the IT person, and then part has to be done by the C-suite, someone within that takes charge of the vendors and provisioning and paying companies that's going to be, bringing the services in or getting the hardware. Providing special services for the company, absolutely. Fixing or preparing the systems that are going to be used, preparing the networks, getting the system ready. In the internship, we have a complete system that's using Azure and Microsoft. So within that, we get everything situated and giving them access through both or either of the two. The system administrator, which is basically me and one other person, we take care of that, the system itself, keeping it maintained, keeping it up to date, and always having things like we're going to commission or decommission someone and their access. We're going to make sure that, everything is provisioned as we need it. We have different applications that are in there, but they're not always used sometimes. So some people will have certain access to certain things, of course. That's what a system administrator is going to do. But then, of course, they're going to repair things as they're needed as well. So when you get into the system, you have to know what's needed, whose roles are who needs access, who doesn't, when you commission and decommission, those type of things. So there's a great conversation piece that we can have in here too, talking about system administration duties. The labs, of course, that you're going to have, the one lab is the graded quiz. What is system administration? And then, of course, you do have a journal this week. You finally have a journal again. And this will be about, it says here, reflect on and connect what you have learned this week regarding operating systems, and explain the best practices for choosing hardware, vendors, and services for your organization. I'll cover the activities really quick as we get into quick labs. You will be into the system administrative and IT infrastructure services. And what is system administration is what you're covering this week. That will be for week 6, and you'll only have a few of these left. So we're going to get through these in the next 5-6 weeks, 4 weeks as we go through, not including this one. So these are probably going to be bundled up, of course, and looking forward to seeing what those videos are going to be about. As we open up in here and see what we've got to cover. Administration, servers revisited, supplemental reading on the KVM switch, a little bit about the cloud, that was interesting, organizational policies, IT infrastructure services, user and hardware provisioning, routine maintenance, vendors, vendor lifecycle for custom services and products, vendor lifecycle for support of commercial products, troubleshooting and managing issues. That's a big one right there. To really understand how you're going to troubleshoot and manage those possible issues within the service itself too, in the system. In case of fire, break glass. That was a good one. And then your practice quiz right here. A little bit about Dion and their Michelle Obama story. With great power comes great responsibility. Of course, as a system administrator, you do have a lot of responsibility, especially keeping the system secure and up to date, maintain what it needed at all times as well. And then change management, recording your actions, always logging your information. Never test in production. Assessing risk, fixing things the right way, and then your glossary and your graded quiz. Of course, this video is not going to be very long. I'm just covering this really quick as I go through. I'm sure it's probably a little more I could have talked about, but I think we're pretty quick on these as we are in the regular seminars. So I think you'll get this going pretty well. I will grade pretty quickly right afterwards. I'll have everything set up for you as we go along through this week. You should see your grades at least by Friday. Other than that, I think we're all set to go on this one, and I will check your option 2 assignment as they come in as well. So have a great week. Have a great weekend. I hope you had a great day off today, and we'll talk to you soon. Thanks.